The latest version of Debian number 8 is called Jessie, and it comes in both 32 and 64-bit versions. One easy way to try it out is to use the Debian Live CD, which you can just insert into your laptop or computer and then boot off. If you're not quite sure how to use live operating systems, there is a section on the course which teaches you how to use live operating systems, but essentially you just need to put it into your machine and boot off that CD as long as your BIOS allows you to boot from that CD. You can also put the iOS into the equivalent of the CD on your virtual machine and boot from it, so you can, without installing it onto a virtual machine, you can boot Debian. And here you can download the live CD, so you can see there's a 64-bit version, 32-bit version, and you'll get the ISO files there. You can also get the full version to install. Just go here and download the relevant version, 64-bit or the 32-bit versions. If you're going to use Debian in your test environment using a virtual machine, and in particular with VirtualBox, you might have trouble installing the guest editions with Debian 8. I couldn't get it to work straight away with a full install with the live version and with OS Box version, so this is the fix that I used in order to install the VirtualBox guest editions so I could use it within VirtualBox. It's not too difficult. You need to make sure that the guest edition CD is mounted, so you can go to the menu option and put device and install guest edition CD image, and that should put the CD in the drive of the virtual machine. And if we have a look at the CD, there's the CD, and we need to run this command here, and you'll see what happens when we run this. Well, first we need administrative privileges. Sudo is not installed. We could try to install that, but we'll get an error. So I'm going to su to root. Let's try again. And then we get some errors here telling us that the guest edition module has actually failed. So we're going to make some changes to make sure that guest edition is installed. Apologies for the small size. The reason the size is small is because the guest editions isn't installed. We need to edit the sources list. So you can use Vi or gedit or whatever editor that you like to use. These are the repository links where apt-get and aptitude package management tools use in order to locate and download packages. These are currently not set up correctly, so we need to change these. We don't want the CD to be active, so that needs to be changed. We don't want it to be looking for a install CD. We can add these, decomment them. Copy these, paste them there, and then edit these. So you want these to be Jessie main. Save those, or save this. And you want to do an apt-get update. And we want to install a number of packages. So that's sudo. Technically we don't need that for this, but it's just useful, and kde sudo. But the packages we do need are gcc, kdms, xserver, xorg, and xserver xorg core. So that's installed all of the packages that we needed. So we can now try running the command to install it from the CD. And there we are, it's installed successfully. You may get an error message saying that you cannot run that file from the CD, so you may have to edit the fstab file. Using your favorite editor, edit the fstab, and here you can replace this with exec if you're getting an error message about the CD-ROM not allowing you to execute the VBbox Linux additions.run file. And finish by running apt-get update and apt-get dist upgrade in order to update the system, and you should be good to go. And here we are, full screen with guest additions working just fine. There are some books that you can get. Check this link here for a list of books on Debian. Some of them are free and available online. This one in particular is quite good. That's free, available online. This is also free and available online, so check those out. In the demonstrations that I show, I use the GNOME environment, the GNOME desktop environment, if you're choosing what desktop environment to use when you install Debian.